Hey, look at us.
Look at us. Huh? Who would have thought? Not me.
What's happening? It's Tuesday, August 3rd. You guys paid your rent? Still gotta pay mine. I'll do it after. Do it after the show, of course. Remember, right? What's happening, everybody? Welcome to Film Junkee Live. You guys doing good? Hello. Who's that Ayer Cut? Restore that Snyderverse. What's going on, Abel? Did you see? Yeah. Well, that's what we're going to be talking about tonight. What's going on, Mr. Javier? Mr. Niner fan. Football season starting soon. Kind of wondering if Jimmy G is going to be part of that starting little lineup right there. What's going on? Let's see. Amadio, how you doing? Joining Jason. If you're Jason's here, thank you for joining, sir. Will Morris, hello! So, what's going on, Jose? I'm not going to be able to watch the show because family stuff. How we doing? Another mod? Yes, exactly. Do that. I don't know. We'll figure it out when. I don't know if it's going to be this weekend. Maybe. I'll let you know. Yo, what's going on, Jade? Smoking hot. Thank you. I can do my hair today. It's getting a little long. I need a haircut. A lot to do. Young, bud. Mr. Ayer Cut is here. Who are you gonna call? Exactly. Talking about that, man. I tell you what. Now, fill the void. Fill the void. Let's see. The plumber shot. You guys know plumber. Yeah, Miss Stewart's here. How you doing? Long time no see. Scotty Cook. Yeah, it's been a bit, huh? Been a bit. It's definitely been a bit. But thank you guys for joining as per usual. And I hope you're having a good day and all that stuff. So let's have some fun right meow. Let's talk about some movies after this Tuesday. I mean, it's always funny because Mondays are always kind of insane when it comes to all the topics that are happening when it comes to the movies and stuff. So but and then of course when it comes to Tuesday, it's a lot of things happen today. Little things we already kind of knew, other things that are rumors, and then all of a sudden I see some toys that I'm going, oh my god, that's right, Ghostbusters Afterlife toys. Yeah, we'll be talking about those because you know me, diehard Ghostbusters fan, and I have a crate. My mom in her garage still has a crate of Ghostbusters toys somewhere in there. So yeah, so when I saw the new the figurines that are going to be coming out, definitely going to be collecting those. Must have them all, like Thanos. So we'll be talking about that, showing some of those images, and then of course we'll be talking about. We kind of briefly talked about it last night because they were slowly rolling in. The premiere was happening pretty much during the show last night, so. We're going to be seeing, some of the cast members getting asked about the Ayer Cut, which is pretty interesting to see. And then we're going to talk about Ben Affleck suiting up as Batman. And then and I'm sticking with the Flash movie. We're going to talk about that rumor that just came about today about the villain of the Flash movie. So there you go. What's going on? We got Mama Film Junkee. She's here. Yay. We got Tim. We got James. What is up? We got Mr. JD McRae. What's going on? Hey, we got Comic Book Craig. What's going on, Craig? And then, of course, you members, we'll be doing a members-only stream, post-show stream. It is Tuesday, so as per usual, we'll be having a stream right there. So, sorry, Jose can't participate. He's lame. I don't know. Apparently, he thinks it's cooler to hang out with family. I don't know. I don't know. Sad. I thought we were all family, but whatever. It's okay. Go Giants. Go Giants. That was a tough one, man. I thought they were going to lose last night to the Diamondbacks. Oof. Diamondbacks. I thought they were going to lose to the Diamondbacks. That scared me a little bit because they had a 7-1 lead, and then all of a sudden two-run home runs had happened, and it was got a little scary, but the Giants, being the Giants, still pulled it off. Won the game last night, so We'll see. We'll see. All right. You know what? I'm gonna make here. I'm gonna make there you go. Anyway, so we're gonna do that. We'll do this. We'll talk about all that stuff, and hopefully, you guys had a good day today. And go Dodgers. Yes, whatever. They didn't play last night. I know that. They're playing the Astros. That's gonna be a little rough. So, but the Giants were able to win that series at least. So, anyways, yeah. So what's going on, Mr. Brian Scully? How you doing? The Suicide Squad is at 96%. Yeah, not too shabby. Yeah, I'll be seeing it this week, of course. So I didn't get an early access to it, but yeah, it's whatever. I didn't try. I should have tried harder for it to see Suicide Squad a little early, but for some reason I just didn't fully. I didn't, I don't know. Just things have been busy and stuff like that. I just kept forgetting to send some emails. Which, I'm telling you what, sometimes I feel like I need. It feels like sometimes I feel like I need to be like I have to have like somebody just to constantly remind me of shit, like an assistant per se, I guess, but just more remind me of, hey, do this, do that, because I just forget to send emails and all that stuff. So we got Jedi MILF here. She needs some Leto. Yeah. Well, I mean, he's gonna be in that Gucci movie, which he's really going for that Academy Award for sure. So. Brian, you already saw it. Highly enjoyable. I feel sorry for those bashing it. Yeah. I mean, I'm going in as I always go in. I mean, obviously there's expectations, and from what I gathered from all the trailers and clips and stuff like that, I'm just kind of going in I'll turn my brain off, see what this is all about, see if there's going to be some surprises. Let's see some just crazy R-rated fun. Harley Quinn, we got Margot Robbie, and, some other returning players, but at the same time, I'm just kind of going, just want to get entertained and hopefully enjoy myself. But I will critique it because I have a feeling that the humor is not going to, fully hit with me. I think 100%, because just looking at the trailers and some of the clips, I kind of went, okay, I don't know about that, but the visuals look stunning, and it looks like the action is going to be crazy. So, and as long as I see Margot Robbie kicking ass as Harley Quinn, that's all I really need. So, and then hopefully after that we can get that really Grace capped all over. Oh yeah, you know what? I actually saw that. One thing about Grace, it's interesting, is the way and she's actually showed something, and I'm not like trying to call her out or anything like that. I'm just she's when she's critiqued stuff, there's just something I kind of realized when it comes to some of these things right here. Grace! Is the fact that, like, when she gave Birds of Prey, she didn't really like Birds of Prey that much. She kind of gave it, but she still gave it a positive rating because she wanted to support a female director. And I went, okay, I get where you're going at, but that's not what this is all about. But I think a lot of critics do that. I think that's what happens, is you want to be on the right side of history and stuff like that. They don't want to get mobbed by people. That's the bad thing. That's one of the things that's plaguing film critique right now, is people are too worried about getting attacked or shit on, which it's a very real thing. It's like, it sucks that is a thing that people are worried about, but at the same time, it's just like, nah, man, just have your integrity, say what you feel, give a proper rating. Don't just go, I didn't really like it, but I'm still going to give it positive because of this. And it's not a good way to do it. And apparently, I don't know, when it came to the Suicide Squad, I think there was even, with her review, I don't know if she necessarily liked it too much, but I don't know, who knows? But yeah, it's just interesting. But I think a lot of critics actually do that nowadays, and that's really bad. That's bad. Don't give a positive rating to a movie you didn't really enjoy just because you're afraid of the backlash or whatever. That's what's really bad about what's happening nowadays. And it just seems like sometimes people just they don't want to give their actual reviews or their ratings and stuff like that anymore. It just fucking sucks, guys. Hopefully, Rotten Tomatoes, yeah. Rotten Tomatoes, of course, that doesn't really help too much, because I don't know, everybody focuses on that damn freaking rating, that tomato or rotten, whatever the hell. That's what I don't like about that either. But anyways, guys, All right, so let's do the thing that I always like to start off the show. Let's go to the tweets. All right, go to them tweets right here. All right, see what's happening in the Twitter world today. Okay, and okay, so celebrity couples, and I know I typoed in my tweet right here, which happens, of course. Celebrity couples, we don't need to know that you don't wash your kids every day, okay? First it was Mila Kunis and Ashton Kutcher. Now Kristen Bell and Dak Shepard are now admitting, waits for the kids to stink before bathing them. It's like just stuff we don't really need to know. We don't really need to know. Now, I'm not one of those people who needs to shower twice a day and I'm scrubbing every little thing, because I do believe that sometimes I think we go a little overboard when it comes to scrubbing some of those essential oils that are on your skin a little too much. And, your skin gets dry and stuff. It's so I kind of try to get the better kind of soap first off. And then it's mainly focus on the certain zones that are going to stink. Okay. Maybe not so much, a little bit, but I'm just saying, I actually started getting better soap that's for a man's skin. And hopefully it doesn't have, looking at it, kind of researching, you just want to get something that's not going to totally just rid your skin of the stuff that it needs to fight off things. But, it's just, but at the same time, celebrity couples, please just, you don't need to know about that the fact that you don't bathe your kids every day or something like that. And then, maybe when it comes to kids bathing every day, it's at least just get the target areas that, like I said, I think everybody, even if it's one of the, what do they call it? When you just do, there's been times where I've done that too, where it's you just want to do it a quick little rinsed hot rag, a little soap, get the pits, get the crotch, get the butt. That's what you do. Okay. I think George Carlin said it best. He said you gotta wash, you gotta clean the 4 major zones when it comes to smelling bad. And that's of course the armpits, crotch, asshole, and teeth. And he goes, you'll save a lot of time by using the same brush for all 4 zones. Funny joke, of course, but it's true. Those are the erogenous zones, but at the same time, it's come on. So I'm just saying, I'm not one of those. It's need to scrub every day. Yeah. But at least attack the areas there, especially during summertime, kids running around outside. Hopefully if they're getting dirty, it's hey, at least, do that. But yeah. So anyways, guys, and then Dwayne Johnson won't be returning for Fast 10 or Fast 11, which I think we all knew that was going to be the case. But there's apparently going to be a Hobbs and Shaw sequel that's still in the works, which is okay, cool. And according to Hiram Garcia, I said, we're trying to figure out what that sequel is going to be. And we have some very big ideas. How big are these ideas going to be? I don't know. I don't know how bigger you can get for, having a superhuman kind of soldier, a taskmaster, if you will, because that's pretty much what Idris Elba was playing. He was playing a taskmaster type of character. I don't know what else they're going to do, because then you got the other part of the franchise and you got to kind of see what they're doing over there, because even though Dwayne Johnson's not going to be part of the Fast, which is weird. That's just another thing that's going to be weird. Okay. Because I think we're allowed to talk about spoilers for Fast 9 now, right? It's been out there. You can actually get it on demand now. So just let you guys know, I'm going to talk about a little bit of a spoiler, the mid-credit scene or whatever. We see Han show up where Shaw is. Okay. So what are you going to do about that when it comes to that? Because that's one half of Hobbs and Shaw right there. So it sucks that now we're going to have another character. We're going to have another character in Fast 10 and Fast 11 that we're going to be hey, where's this character? I mean, it sounds to me like they're just going to bring back Paul Walker's character, but I'm kind of going, okay, but where's Hobbs? Because it seemed like he was essential for at least 3 movies. Now he's not going to be anywhere around, and we got Shaw here. Where's Hobbs? Now you're going to have to explain where Hobbs is, all because, we have 2 actors who have bald heads and egos that don't like to work with each other. Yeah, that's about it. But, I don't know. It just seems kind of weird. Now we're going to have to explain why Hobbs is not going to be part of that. Yeah. I know Idris Elba is Taskmaster, right? I put that in your head, but yeah, it just seems a little strange, and I'm just kind of going, ugh. I just want I'm over the franchise. I didn't enjoy really Fast 9. I mean, it was fine. Fast 8, I didn't really enjoy at all. And then I'm probably not going to enjoy the other two, but I'll still watch them because I just want to see how the damn thing ends. But it's just at the same time, it's like, man, the franchise just needs to go. Just needs to go, I tell you. But hey, how much you want to bet though that a Hobbs and Shaw sequel actually doesn't happen? I just have a feeling that it's actually not going to happen. And to be honest, does Dwayne Johnson really need it? Nah, I don't think they need to have a Hobbs and Shaw sequel. To be honest, I think that would just be, I don't know. The first one was fine. Have it like a one-off, spin-off kind of thing, and that's all we needed. I don't think we need another Hobbs and Shaw, to be honest. So. All right, we got that. Hey, we got some featured art right here from Parit Sethi. You could purchase. This is pretty awesome right here. It is some Zack Snyder's Justice League art right there. I love how he has Apocalypse right in the background there. So I always like to show off the art. And then this picture right here is hilarious. I mean, come on. That's funny, especially when you have Michael Keaton's Batman looking like he's annoyed. And then yeah, so I mean, hey, hopefully this was a possibility, right? Obviously, talking about yesterday when we heard that one guy talk about how Henry Cavill was on set, Superman on set, and he worked with Batman as well. I mean, obviously not Ben Affleck's Batman unless it was a stunt performer, probably most likely Keaton Batman, but it's just kind of funny. Whoever made this picture did a good job, and I thought that was hilarious, so hopefully. And then, hey, look at these guys right here. We got actor and director right here. Because, of course, yesterday we found out that Xolo Maridueña is going to be the new Blue Beetle. And I'm totally blanking on the director's name right now. Just totally blanking. So I apologize for that. But they were both at the Suicide Squad premiere yesterday. Showing off the fashion. My God, that's a lot of fashion they got there. I mean, geez, a lot of stuff going on in them pants there, Xolo, that's for sure. What's going on, Jesse? How you doing? What is going on? So, yeah, they were at the premiere, and pretty much, yeah, I mean, it's confirmed that he's definitely going to be Blue Beetle. Some more art right here. Zack Snyder's Nightmare League. Pretty cool. Gotta love that. Absolutely. And then check this out, guys. This is freaky. We got some Russian. We got the Russian Scarlett Johansson and Margot Robbie. My God. Check this out.
Bring the action.
When you listen
What
to
the hell? Look at that. I mean, what? That's insane. Well, they say there's doppelgangers. You have at least, 5 or 6 people that look like you in the world? Well, there they are. My Lord. Yeah. So interesting. We'll talk about that. I thought this was funny because, Twitter Fleets is now no longer around, which they got rid of, which, yeah, I could totally tell why they did. But then it's just like, this looks ridiculous, The Bat Cowl definitely does not look good without the ears. You need some kind of ears. Even though the Bale's cowl looks like, what's his name? Nicolas Cage in Kick-Ass a little bit. So there's that. And then, hey, tomorrow, this looks insane. We have Elizabeth Winstead as Kate, which was already teased a little while back, but now we got we're going to get a full-on trailer tomorrow. And this looks insane. You know me, I love the neon lights like that effect. And then this
how much time do I have?
Absolutely insane. You have my attention. You have my attention. And yes, this was pretty much childhood right there. Yeah. I like that. Good little piece of art collage right there. Some good 80s into 90s action movies and action stars. Some 70s, of course, too. Hey, look at that. Metallica's Nothing Else Matters hits 1 billion views on YouTube. So, yeah. Never opened myself this way. Life is hard. We live in our way. Oh, these words. Sorry. Happy birthday, James Hetfield, by the way. Good time for that to hit 1 billion views. So, yeah. Ooh. Hey, what's going on, Rat? Thank you for the super chat. Much appreciated. See, well, I'm probably the only person excited for Titan Season 3. No, I am, but early reactions seem promising. I'm excited for Red Hood's. Now, I actually am. I mean, I'm just worried because, they've kind of shit the bed when it came to the season finale on both seasons. It's just kind of, they don't stick that landing. So hopefully they do. I'm looking forward to it. Looking forward to the Red Hood story as well and seeing where all these progress and everything. Here's a good shot of Bats on the bike right there from the set. Looks cool. Some people are doing some really good photography when it comes to that. T-minus 1 week. We get Batman 89. I'm going to get it. Yep. I'll be going to my local comic book store and picking that up. For sure. And hey, J-Lo, we see you, J-Lo. If you guys saw this, J-Lo was in Beverly Hills earlier today. And what was she rocking? She was rocking a Batman shirt. That's right. Good for you, J-Lo. It says Batman Gotham. So she's, hey, I was always worried, like, when she's back in the picture, is she going to prevent Affleck from coming back as Batman? No, I think she's actually supporting it. I think she enjoys the fact that he's Batman. So I think she might be the key, guys. She might be the key. J-Lo the key? Then good. Hopefully. Push that man into getting into the bat suit again, which maybe that was the case. Who knows? Could have been the case. Then we got Liz Wonder knocking it out again with her cosplay, doing Ratcatcher 2 right here. Look at that. She just completely transforms herself into these characters. Like I said, it's one of the things I love about the whole cosplay world is when the actual cosplayer transforms into these characters, and Liz does an excellent job when it comes to that. So, hey, and Jason Momoa wants Denise. I'm not even gonna, like I said, I'm not, I always F up his name. I'm not gonna do it. There's a 4 to 6 hour cut of Dune. I don't want it trimmed. So Jason Momoa is already pushing for the Denis cut. Denis. He's already pushing for that cut right there. And yeah, it's going to be very interesting when Dune finally comes out, because first off, the response, and then how much did he have to trim? And apparently it's only supposed to be half of the book. So it's hard not to be worried about it. It really is hard not to be worried about that movie. No, J-Lo is Catwoman. I actually wanted her from Montoya, to be honest. I thought she would have been good for Montoya and Birds of Prey. I'm not a fan of Rosie Perez, to be honest, but I thought Jennifer Lopez, I think she would have been a good choice. So, and hey, man, Brandon Fraser, he's just continuing his Brandon Sance, I guess you could say. It was hard to say that, but yeah, Brandon Fraser has now been cast in Martin Scorsese's new movie, Killers of the Flower Moon. So look at that. Brendan Fraser in a Martin Scorsese movie. I mean, I'm so glad that this guy is just getting just a full-on renaissance. He totally is getting a renaissance, and I'm totally loving it. I think we all are, Doom Patrol is great on Doom Patrol, and then he's just getting all these other roles and everything like that. And it's just because he disappeared for a while, and it was like, what happened to Brendan Fraser? He was all over the 90s, man. If you haven't seen a movie called Airheads with him, Steve Buscemi, and Adam Sandler, do yourself a favor. Watch Airheads. Just a stupid, funny, enjoyable movie from the 90s that you guys would enjoy. Love that movie, Airheads. And hey, speaking of an actor that has not been around, we haven't seen because he retired 17 years ago, Gene Hackman, 91 years old. Now, apparently this picture, according to the person who posted it, this was like actually when he was 2 years ago. So, but he's just been chilling, just enjoying retirement, living in New Mexico, goes bike riding every day and remains active and engaged with hobbies. So yeah, look at that. Gene Hackman right there. First live action Lex Luthor, right? I think so. Or at least cinematic, right? So yeah, there's Encino Man 2, The Mummy, yeah. Journey to Center of the Earth, yeah. Yeah, he looks pretty, well, that happens when it comes to age, man. So, yeah, there's Gene Hackman right there. And like I said, yeah! Happy birthday to James Hetfield. I got to see Metallica live again before they, I got to see them live before they start, end up retiring or something like that. But I love the fact that Metallica, of course, are Giants fans. So, of course, they have the little Giants logo right there. They've done many, Kirk and James play guitar for the national anthem and stuff. So, yep, they're big time Giants fans. So just something else I had in common with one of my favorite all time bands right there. So that's cool. Happy birthday, James. And Faruqi brothers, man, just killing it. Just doing just all these good deeds, man. The Faruqi brothers extending a heartfelt thank you to all who donated, shared, and amplified our emergency water aid initiative. Here's a photo of the villagers enjoying the first completed clean water well. There are 8 more currently in construction right there. So they are just giving villages over in these these kids and families and everything that need water and need money to fund it. They raise money, and look at this from the Faruqi brothers right there, giving water to these villages that need it. So good job to them, man. Cheers to those guys doing the Lord's work. Tell ya. Mr. Aaron S. Bailey doing some edits right here. Put Tom Holland, of course, in the with Carnage right there. So that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. And hey, speaking of, let's face it. Anybody else think that Jai Courtney's edible kicked in right here? I think so. It's sounding like it. It looks like his edible might have kicked in a little bit. You just feel he all of a sudden he just went poof. And then all of a sudden he's just looking over and going, I can hear everybody's conversation over there. Look at that. So I wonder if they planned on everybody wearing white like that, except for, of course, Rooker right there. He's not. But the other cast totally doing that. So of course we'll be talking about that. That's pretty much it. Okay, here we go. Update on SnyderCon 2, guys. So some people have been wondering about when it's actually going to happen. And according to the Nerd Queens who talked to Zach personally, due to COVID numbers, because of the variant, the new goal will be to have SnyderCon 2 in January of next year so that fans worldwide may safely attend the event. In the meantime, keep saving up and keep your eyes open for details to come. So it was initially supposed to happen in October. That was when Zach wanted to do it. And I remember I even kept asking the guy too. I was like, "You gonna have a date yet?" Because I was obviously wanting to plan accordingly, and other people too. Trying to get to California. And obviously, it's just going to be a drive for me. But was kind of wondering about that. But yeah, this is when it's going to happen right here. So in January. So it's not a definitive time yet because who knows what's happening with everything because restrictions and vaccination passports or whatever I don't know. It's all weird right now, but yeah. So there's the update right there when it comes to SnyderCon 2, where the location will be somewhere in LA, Pasadena, possibly. So yeah, that's where it was. It was in Pasadena Arts Center the last time. And then after party at my house. Yeah, why not? Just kidding. Hey, Batgirl looking hot. She is a very sexy woman. I will say that. Batgirl, of course, Leslie Grace attended the Suicide Squad last night as well. So she's already being very much welcomed into the DC family right there. So cool. Good on her. And curious to see what's can't show that. Damn it. Okay. Can't go that far. I think we'll be fine. It was brief. Damn it. Totally forgot that I retweeted that. Anyways. Yeah, we'll see what happens with that. I just showed Ben Affleck's butt for a minute there because I retweeted some because last night, if you guys didn't tune in last night, I was basically talking about superhero bums, just trying to, talk about Scarlett Johansson was like that whole thing, and then it went to Nightwing and all that stuff. So, yeah, there you go. Yeah. Yeah, I might save up. Good. Butt fleck. I think we'll be fine. We'll be fine. I think I've actually done that before, too, or briefly show that. Good. I think maybe my little icon down here blocked it a little bit, so I think we're all right. But what could he do? I'd say she's able to look good as a redhead. Well, I think she actually kind of had reddish, orangish hair when it came to in the Heights, right? I think so. Anyways, well, speaking of the Suicide Squad premiere, yes, it was last night. And yeah, good on Variety. good on Variety, good on what's his name from Variety. I forgot what his name was. Totally forgot the interviewer dude. Can't remember his name. So if somebody wants to tell me, I'll give him a shout out. But he went on. He just decided, hey, I'm going to ask people. I'm going to ask the cast and all these people about the Ayer Cut and see what happens with that. So, yeah, but that's pretty much what he was doing last night. So I was going to show the videos from last night. The answers. He asked 5 people. Mark Mulkin. Thank you, Jesse. Oh, and speaking of that too, let me bring up this first. Did I have that up? Because Jesse, just seeing you reminded me of it, is the event. The event, speaking of events, the event that's supposed to happen about release Ayer Cut and pushing that hashtag has also been postponed a week, it's sounding like, right? Let me bring this up right here. Okay, so according to, here, let me remove the banner right here. So according to actually the man himself, David Ayer, let's see, release the Ayer Cut event update. As a result of HBO Max's decision today to switch the release date of The Suicide Squad from August 6th to August 5th, we have decided to delay all release the Ayer Cut events until next week. Contrary to popular thought, August 5th was selected as the event date to commemorate the anniversary of the first film's release and not to undermine James Gunn, The Suicide Squad. With today's decision to switch the release date to August 5th, we cannot, in good conscience, to go ahead with existing plans, especially considering the positive relationship between David and James. Furthermore, the vocal support that the cast of The Suicide Squad have given to the release of the Ayer Cut must be taken into consideration. They have handed us a major hand of assistance in our quest, and now that their film was switched release date from the 6th to the 5th, we do not want to repay them by overshadowing them. Finally, we hope that this gesture of goodwill from us will be seen favorably by Warner Brothers. Therefore, our new date for the release of Snyder Cut Trend event will be Friday, August 13th. Friday the 13th. What? Just kidding. We will post updated graphics and information on these events in due course. Thank you and all that stuff. So there you go, guys. For anybody who's wondering about that, sorry. Anybody who's wondering about that, just let you guys know that little event that was supposed to be happening, not going to happen anymore. And I know there's some people out there that are still going to do it because they don't give a shit about the directors. Yeah, there's some people that I've actually seen some tweets where I went, holy shit, these are fans? That's not a fan. That's somebody who is talking shit about the director. I don't understand that. It's very odd. Very odd to me. Because, I mean, again, it just kind of shows, like, what are you in this for? You're in this for because you just want to see the stuff that you want to see? Is that all it is? That's all you're here for? Because you keep on talking okay, it just doesn't make sense. And I like, it's a good message too, by the way. It was a good message. Good message, Jesse. Like, it was a good message to relay to fans. Like, hey, because James has been a respectable, he's shown, him and Dave have showed mutual respect for each other. It's like, hey, we're not going to do that, as in respect. And then at the same time, the fact that the cast, which we're going to see in a little bit here, responding to the question of release the Ayer Cut and, just getting asked that question and showing their support. It's like, hey, it's a good thing. Things are kind of rolling up here. And man, you just got that small little angry section that just is, wants to just send nothing but hate towards Warner Brothers, yet they want them to release the Ayer Cut. Try to figure that one out. It's like, I fucking hate you, and I hope you this, that, and this, and I'm going to pirate all your movies. I'm going to say all this. I'm going to say all this about all the new movies. I'm going to shit on everything that comes out about the new movies. But hey, release the Ayer Cut, please. The fuck? I mean, it's just, yeah. And then you have an entire accounts trying to take, I guess, credit for the fact that there's been a lot of Ayer Cut talk. And I'm like, no, there's been a lot of Ayer Cut talk for a while. It's just got kicked into gear because the new Suicide Squad came out. And then, the director went on and kind of just, just amplified it with saying that huge statement that just let it all out. And then all of a sudden the trades picked it up and it's like, okay, this is good. Everything's starting to good. I mean, it really does take the director to really push this thing. I mean, everybody's always crying about leaders and pointing fingers at people claiming to be leaders and shit like that. And I'm going, the leaders are the fucking directors, guys. Zack was the leader of the whole Snyder Cut movement. He was absolutely the leader because, I mean, if it wasn't for a lot of what, obviously a lot of what fans did, yeah, it was cool and everything like that. It started getting the word out there, but he helped push that even more and more. And now we got David Ayer, who's doing the same thing. Maybe not as much as Zack was doing, of course, but at the same time, it's like, yeah, there you go. So let's respect what the director wants. How about that? Anyone? I think we're good on that, right? And most of us will be. Others won't be because that's just not their way of thinking, which I still don't understand. I really don't. It's interesting. So, all right. So I just had to get that out. So, yeah, I mean, that's what you got to do, funny man. You just got to block some of those guys. I mean, it sucks that I still end up seeing some of the tweets. And yeah, I was like, they were calling out David Ayer. It's like, but yet you're still going to ask to what? I don't know. It's very odd. Calling out David Ayer for being respectable to James Gunn and stuff. And I'm like, sometimes I just can't understand what is the thought process. Like, what is this all for? It's all for you, I guess. Is that what we're doing all for you? It's supposed to be for the directors. Justice for the directors. I mean, sure, we get to see like what their art was going to be, but at the same time, the initial thing is always for the director. So anyways, crazy concept. All right, so let's talk about the cast members. Okay, so first off, let's revisit what Charles Roven had to say about the Ayer Cut. We kind of saw it last night because somebody sent it over to me, but we'll watch it again because it's good. It's good. All right, so this is what Charles Roven had to say.
Good. Warner Brothers released the David Ayer Cut.
Listen, I think David Ayer is a really talented guy. I think Warner Brothers, I really was happy for Zack that Zack got a chance to do the Snyder Cut. And I think it's really just a conversation that David can have or not have with the studio and see if they feel that what he's going to bring to the party is worthy of, a different look at it.
And that's good.
So good for Charles Roven. I think he did a good job answering that. He didn't full out be like, yeah, release that damn thing, please. But I think he answered it pretty well. Pretty well. Charles Roven's always been one of the good ones, man. It kind of begs like, hey, maybe he should have been running the whole DC Films thing, huh? All right. Then up next, we have Miss Mei Ling right here. She's going to be asked about. Now, she wasn't a part of the first Suicide Squad, of course, but she still got asked. So here it is.
You think WB should release the David Ayer Cut?
Yeah, I think they should. Why not?
Yeah.
Why not? I'm sure like it's a win-win for everyone. It's a win-win for him to get his vision out there, and also Warner Brothers makes double the money on the same film. So I'm genius. It's the Chinese in me. We're always business.
There it is. The Chinese in her right there. She knows. Win-win. Total win-win right there. So let's listen to her, please. She totally was all about it. Now we have John Cena, who, I mean, he really loves his Peacemaker costume because he wears it a lot. He definitely wears it a lot. So here's John Cena's response to getting asked about the Ayer Cut.
I think Warner Brothers should release the Ayer Cut.
I think it's in a company's best interest to listen to their audience, and it's something that's so in demand, and they got it. Why not? I really think them giving James creative freedom, and one of the things James does so well among the other stuff is he's so active with his audience. He really is interactive with the people that are diehards of the IP and know the material. So if you want to talk about somebody that knows your audience, like they picked the right guy for this project in James Gunn, and I'm really happy to be a part of it.
Cena's smart, because you see how this just shows like Cena. He's a pro. He definitely is a pro, because he totally was like all for it. He said it's in the company's best interest. Audience, listen to your audience, everything like that, all good. And then you see how he diverted it back to James Gunn. See, that's a guy. He knew exactly. He had that ready, because they all probably had some kind of response ready. But John Cena did a good job of like going, yeah, totally. And then he was like, James Gunn, he steered it back, so it's good on Cena, of course. There's nothing wrong with that. There's really nothing wrong with that. So yeah, just listen to him, I guess. But yeah, Cena's very good at doing that. He did a good job at doing that. So, and then oh crap. I forgot to get one of them. Oh, okay. All right. So then we got Joe Kinnaman right here. He was going to be asked. I totally forgot to get the Robbie one, but I'll get that. So here's Joel Kinnaman right here getting asked about the Ayer Cut.
You said to me the first Suicide Squad, the first 40 minutes was great. Then it just didn't sit right with you. Do you think Warner Brothers should release the Ayer Cut?
Yeah, why not? Like you always want to see the director's, vision.
Did you ever see that cut?
No.
We should do it.
Yeah, for sure. It sounds like a great idea. No, it sounds like a great idea.
See, there you go. So Joel thinks it's a great idea. You're Rick Flag right there. So, I mean, nothing wrong with that, right? Right. All right. So let me, oops. Let me get, all right. So let me find the other one here. All right. Yeah. So Joel Kinnaman, obviously, he wants to see it. He didn't really dance around it. He was just like, the fact of the matter is the fact that he said that, first 40 minutes, cool. And then all of a sudden it just, yeah. So he's been kind of vocal about that too. So nothing wrong with that. All right. And then, of course, last but certainly not least, we have Margot Robbie, of course, getting asked about the Ayer Cut right here. And, Margot Robbie, she very much Cavill answers this, I guess you could say. Little dances around a little bit.
I think Warner Brothers should release the Ayer Cut.
I think that's all a very complicated situation that I am.
Would you want to see it?
I would want to see the cut of every movie I've been a part of that I've never seen.
Dance.
Not when you're a producer, but as an actor, sometimes I don't see it until half the country has seen it. Sometimes I see it after millions of people have seen it. You don't really get to see it. You don't get to see the different iterations along the way unless you're a producer. So in that case, yeah, I didn't see it till it was out in theaters. Yeah.
So she danced around it, but at the same time, I'm not blaming her like, oh, come on, Margot. I'm not going to be one of those, one of the guys that's going to fucking, start turning on all the actors and the director, but still promote release to whatever the hell, I'm not going to be one of those guys. But, she did dance around it. She did. She danced around it. But at the same time, some people reminded me that Cavill very much did the same thing too. And then all of a sudden what happened, he showed up on the Man of Steel watch, was there for the announcement of Zack Snyder's Justice League. So, that was prepped too. I think most of them were prepped. Maybe not Mei Ling. Maybe she didn't think she was going to get asked about it because she wasn't a part of the first one. But, the other ones definitely had it prepped, had it ready. They knew that they were probably going to get asked maybe about the Ayer Cut because it has already been asked and everything. So I just wouldn't be surprised if they had a conversation about it or something like that, and just kind of prep like, hey, how are you going to answer this? We could ask that. And she just did. She said, hey, out of my hands, whatever. And then, then all of a sudden we're like, well, would you want to see it? And then she went, I would want to see every director's cut. So, I mean, yeah, she did a good job. I mean, we all wanted Margot to just be like, yes, I want to see it. Damn. But she can't do that because obviously she's still very much playing Harley Quinn and everything. So Variety works for her. Yeah. So it is interesting that Variety decided to do that, and they released the individual videos. That was kind of interesting. The fact that they did that. I mean, I get it because it is a hot thing to talk about. It's out there right now. A lot of people are talking about it. So I totally understand that. Hey, of course, let's show that. But you bring up a good point, Jesse. Is like, if that's the case, then maybe they're still trying to build up some hype for it. I've been screaming time and time again. I don't know how long I've been talking about this. I just say like, hey, we got the Suicide Squad coming out. Let it breathe. And hopefully, it's something that that grabs an audience that is out there. It's going to be interesting, like I said, to see what the box office is going to be like. And I'm just going like, okay, let it breathe a little bit. And then once the dust has settled a little, just go, hey, guess what? We have this whole alternate cut of the first Suicide Squad. You want to see that, people? You want to see? Yeah. And I think people would be like, yes, we want to see that. It's definitely a call for it. And after what David Ayer did in that statement, just totally pouring his heart out in that statement, man, I think that really woke a lot of people up. Definitely woke a lot of people up. So that was kicking the door right open. Okay. David Ayer doing that really kicked the door wide open because guess who slammed it shut? And with the plan. Who was there at the fucking premiere last night with Walter Hamada? Cucksucker. Yeah, sadly, yeah, they were there last night. Making an appearance, not hiding anymore. Ray Fisher should have pulled up and said like, hey, got cameras. Now's your time, Walter. Apologize. That'd be crazy. I don't know. Now that'd be a little too ballsy, but at the same time, you just never know. But yeah, what's going on, Joey? How you doing? Well, see you later. Big gulps, huh? All right. But yeah, man. So how was Hamada, Ann, and Toby after David Ayer made it? I know. Kind of it makes you wonder, like, how were they? How were they after that statement? They probably went shit. Sigh. But it's like, hey, come on, man. Come on. So we should support Anne, and let's say it's not okay. Again, it's not their movies, though. That's the thing. It's like I'm not looking at it as supporting them, really. I'm looking at it supporting the filmmaker. That's the way I've always looked at it. I'm always more about supporting the filmmaker and then, the people involved in that process. I don't really look at it supporting them, because they're executives that make poor decisions, which has always been the case since the beginning of the fucking movie industry. That's my whole thing about it is I don't look at it supporting them. Yes, yeah, it is supporting them. But at the same time, it's like if you purchase Zack Snyder's Justice League, I mean, that's supporting Warner Brothers still. I mean, it's all right there. So, yeah, it sucks. Yeah. What's my favorite David Ayer movie? Probably, well, I mean, Training Day, but that was like his writing movie. If you're talking about directing, probably End of Watch. I think End of Watch was probably his best so far. Or also published that. Yeah, now it's all very interesting. What? Yeah, I know. Exactly, Mattia. I don't know. But all I know is it's getting a lot of traction now. So, all right. Let's talk about Ben Affleck suiting for Batman in The Flash. Should have said suiting up, but forgot up. That's fine. No, but yeah, Scoopy Pants apparently came out and said today that Ben Affleck is going to be suiting up for Batman in The Flash for September next month. He's going to be suiting up. So that's what he was hearing. I guess he was trying to, pretty much yesterday, he was really trying to debunk the whole Henry Cavill Superman thing, which, I'm kind of going, oh, man. And a lot of people, I even had people in my mentions when I reposted my video today. They're like, oh, that was just a rumor. It's not happening. And I went, Umberto talked about it. I'm like, okay, but again, I think we need a website where we just take scoopers and we give them a percentage point, Like it's very much like Rotten Tomatoes. Which scoops they got right, which scoops they didn't. Let's see the batting average. And, Umberto was one of the ones that said Snyder Cut was a pipe dream. Okay. He also said that Ben Affleck was fully done at one point. There's other things that he was gotten wrong about too. Everybody's always going to be wrong. So now they might have maybe over 50% of being right. Sure. But at the same time, you just kind of you just got to look at it like that. I'm like, I'm going to go with my own information and think, yeah, maybe Cavill might be showing up in that. I don't know. But yes, he did report today that Ben Affleck will be suiting up next month, which makes, I guess, some sense. And then this picture was actually taken today. Poor Ben. He just can't get away from people taking pictures of him. But here's this picture of him today in Paris. This is Ben in Paris today enjoying, I guess, I don't know what he's enjoying. Some breakfast, maybe some lunch. I don't know. Probably looking at J-Lo nudes on his phone. I don't know. Who knows what's going on, but he's just chilling right there. He's very memeable. That's for damn sure. Very memeable guy. But there he is right there. So he's just chilling right there. I mean, if we see him again and the beard starts, the beard goes away, hey, guess what? It's going to be something. So he is in Paris right here, which is not too far from Glasgow. Not too far. He is over there in Europe. So I'm wondering if he's prepping, what's happening with that. If it's not going to be till next month, it's kind of weird that he's over in Paris right now. And, after having, a past month of reuniting with J-Lo, now he's over there getting in some Batman prep, I guess you could say. I don't know. But what's interesting about it, because, I had my ear out there. I was trying to get some information. I heard that he wasn't going to go over to London and shoot his scenes. That's what I was hearing at first. That was obviously wrong. Now it's going to happen because, again, we were kind of hearing a lot of people were wondering how big his role was going to be. That was always the question. How big is his role going to be? And I think a lot of us were kind of worried that it was just going to be Bruce Wayne, drop off the suit for Barry. Hey, see you later. Good luck. Don't fuck up the timeline. Maybe it was going to be that. But apparently, now obviously, we've been seeing this chase sequence with his Batman on the bike. Now it's for sure, yeah, he's gonna suit up. Now it just kind of makes you wonder, similar to the whole Michael Keaton thing. Because I think what was going on with all this, what sounds like what was going on with all this was the fact that when they were making these negotiations with their Batmen, you had Michael Keaton, and I told you guys that he's not doing a one-off. Michael Keaton, if he's coming back, he's going to go for his Batman Beyond role, I guess you could say. And it sounds like that's going to end up being the case, which will be fantastic. I hope that is the case. Curious to see, even though I'm worried that it might, I'm like, I don't know, is it going to be the Batgirl Beyond? I don't know. I guess we'll find out. More details come about that. When it came to Ben, I think it was all about just, they just had to find that right price for him to fully, because it would just missed opportunity to not have the old and the new. It's going to be, this is what's going to be iconic when it comes to the Flash movie. And this is something that DC has in their disposal that Marvel does not have. You can literally have two Batmen from two different eras side by side fighting an enemy. And it sounds to me like that's what's going to happen. That's what it's sounding like. But we're all very worried about is he going to shoot up? Is he going to suit up? And obviously, when it comes to the suit that we saw of the stunt performer on the Bat bike, yeah, it's a little different. Seems like it's a little more comfortable, to be honest. But then again, stunt performer suit. So it might be a little different when it's on Ben. But at the same time, let's face it. I had Reeves Effects on here. He talked about how that Justice League costume, that cowl was stiff. Okay. I think it was mentioned even by maybe even Zach that, he could still turn his he can still turn his head. Yeah, not as much. we could see the stiffness. He was doing those Batman shoulder turns too. So that Cal was definitely not as, as giving as the BVS Cal. It's like, just go back to that costume. But at the same time, I'm just kind of going, I'm wondering, I'm just thinking that maybe that was part of the deal too. Like, make a more comfortable costume. And again, I was always, that was one of the things I always talked about when it came to Ben doing his very own Batman movies. Like, man, that's gonna be super rough for him to just be like, doing his thing, cut, and then just, go behind, look, let's do that again. I mean, that would have been rough to be in a Bat costume for like 16 hours a day. They would definitely have to do something like that to help that at least. So, but anyways, guys, yes, I really hope that Andy Muschietti does a reveal, shows the chest and the emblem, the day that's going to happen. Hopefully he Instagrams that like he did with the others. And I think all of us were going to just be like, oh, yeah, it's back, baby. Fully back. Yeah, I'm going to make that exact face. Now, speaking of The Flash, rumored villain of The Flash, we kind of already, it was kind of out there, I think, already. And we've already seen set images that kind of back this up when it comes to who's going to be the villain, because we don't really know what the villain was. We were like, okay, is Reverse Flash going to be in this fucking crazy movie? And you think that maybe it will, but then there's already a lot that's happening. There's going to be a lot of DC characters in here, and we're dealing with time travel, multiverse. It's like, okay, maybe not have Reverse Flash quite yet. Let's hold out on Thawne a little bit. Maybe to the second movie, which kind of makes sense. Hold them off for a little bit. But according to the Direct, and this is what they have an exclusive, of course, exclusive rumor. I never understand exclusive rumors. Okay. But yeah, right here it says Ezra Miller's Barry Allen to face a darker version of himself in the Flash movie. I love the fact that they used, you could totally tell by his hair in this thumbnail that they used the fucking Justice goddamn image of him. So yeah, so that's pretty much, I mean, you read the article, there's not much else that talks about it. The Direct exclusive reporting that other Barry Allen will serve as a primary villain in the movie, acting as a dark Flash antagonist to the displaced Barry Allen. According to our sources, elements of the plot line will be heavily inspired by the Flashpoint comic. Yeah, we already knew that. Right from the fucking get-go. Stop it. Like when that, because when you have to write an article, you got to make sure you have at least a couple paragraphs. So you have those little fillers kind of thing. Like, yeah, we already knew that. But anyways, so when it comes to this idea, I was thinking about this all day. And I was going, I don't know how I feel about that. And then I went, well, it kind of makes sense. Again, this is a movie with multiverse, more DC characters, time travel. So I went, yeah, okay. I could see that. Another timeline, maybe a multiverse. We know there's two Barrys. I did a video about that when we saw, you literally see Ezra Miller talking to somebody who has, VFX stuff. He had like a camera thing and whatever the hell. And he's dressed very much like how we saw Barry in one of those leaked images from the set. So it's interesting. It's like, well, which one's the real Barry? Which one's is it the one that has the longer hair? He's just going to end up being evil. Is something going to trigger something where he ends up being like an evil Barry? And then I know a lot of people, the Flash show. Yes. Yeah. The Flash show, like you said, Rhett. Yeah, they did it with, they did their version of it. And, it kind of makes you wonder too, because but this would add too much of a story hole. I mean, there's like the cobalt blue, you have that kind of character, which has too much of an arc of like, well, he's made from this and he's just kind of almost like, just almost like is it a clone version? I don't think they're going to go that far of that, pulling from any kind of story that might be that. I think it's just going to be an alternate Barry that kind of just maybe loses his shit, and we're going to have a Flash on Flash. And then it kind of makes you wonder too, is that who we saw? Is that the version that we saw in that leaked set photo that we saw yesterday? Is that going to be the evil Barry Flash right there? And kind of makes you wonder. Is like, what is costume going to look like? I mean, obviously, I don't think they're going to go full on CW and just make him like, oh, he's going to have it's just going to be black. That'd be cool. Maybe a black and silver. That'd be interesting, right? Like they did with Superman. But what's going on, Dark Star? How you doing? But yeah, so it's going to be, Revenge Flash. Yeah, it's Reverse Flash is Evil Barry. Yeah, or that. I don't think they're going to do Reverse Flash Evil Barry. I think that would be dumb if they got rid of, Ebird. I think they would. I mean, when I talked about Colbert Blue, I mean, that's a fawn too, but it's actually, you can look up that whole story right there. But it's going to be somebody that it's either going to be Barry or, someone that definitely looks like Barry. I think there would be too much if it was like some kind of, clone, I guess you could say. I don't think they're going to do that. I think it's just going to be alternate timeline Barry. And I don't think he's going to have like this elaborate, he's not going to have a yellow costume or a blue costume or something like that. I'm just saying, like, maybe it'll be slightly tweaked and different. Maybe that's what we saw. That could be what we saw when it came to the image yesterday. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. What they do. But I'm just kind of going, now that I really thought about it, I went, yeah, you know what? That actually makes sense. Let's wait. Let's have the Rogues Gallery after this crazy story that we're going to have that has to do with multiverse and time travel and all that stuff. Let's wait. Let's wait to have Reverse Flash. Maybe I'm sure they're going to tease. I'm sure they're definitely going to tease Reverse Flash. I think that's what's going to be happening. So they should have used black. Yeah, they probably should have. But yeah, like I said, I'm intrigued. We'll see. Like I said, this movie is going to be absolutely fucking crazy. But let me know your guys' thoughts. Yes. All right. Last but certainly not least, Ghostbusters Afterlife toys. That's right, guys. See this? Now we got a hint. We got a hint of them. We definitely got a hint of them in when we know that we're going to be seeing the old group. But man, I tell you what, when these bad boys come out, look at that. We got the old crew, of course, missing Egon, which we, of course, definitely miss. But look at the gray hair, the gray chops. We got Ray, Peter, and Winston right here. I like the detail. Hasbro, loving the detail. Definitely loving the detail in the costumes, the faces, the proton packs, the straps of the proton packs, the hoses, all the stuff. And then, of course, you can attach probably just like similar to the old toys. You attach, I swear to God, and anybody else who had Ghostbusters toys, you know what this was like, because you would always attach like the beams that would come out of the guns. You'd always attach them. What would they do? They break so fucking easy. They were flimsy as all hell. I broke like all of my freaking, and then I remember like later on they made them a little thicker because they knew that was like the biggest complaint. But yeah, so there it is. Look at the proton pack, dude. Look at how detailed that is. That's cool. Totally cool. Look at that. And then they got some book. Is that the Book of the fucking Dead from Evil Dead? That'd be a cool crossover. But yeah, man. Classified. And then you got this dude right here. So interesting. Which is, one of the dogs, but he stands upright with some interesting fucking legs. Very interesting legs right there. So there you go. Looking forward to that. Don't cross the streams. I know. I'm wondering, that's going to be that they're going to have that joke in there somewhere, right? About crossing the streams. They got to have that joke. It's going to be in there somewhere, obviously. I just wonder how much they're going to talk about Ghostbusters 2. How much are they going to talk? They have to talk about that. I mean, obviously, to be honest, when we saw the end of the trailer and when Ray picks up the phone, I mean, that was very much a Ghostbusters 2 Easter egg because he was at his bookstore that was in Ghostbusters 2. So I guess so, spell check's killing you, Andrew. Sorry about that. You got to love that spell check. But anyways, yeah, definitely looking forward to that. And I plan on collecting those bad boys and what other Ghostbusters toys that we're going to get. Definitely going to do. Definitely going to grab those. Definitely. What do I sound like, the Rain Man now? I'm just saying definitely too much. Jeez. But yeah, let me know your thoughts, guys. What do you think? All right, let's go to the Twitter questions. All right, see if you guys send over some questions here. All right, let's see what you guys are asking over here in the Twitter. In the Twitter. All right, Mr. Darren, Mr. Laugh Now, Cry Later. What if J-Lo was sending us a message and Batman Gotham is actually the name of Ben Affleck's movie? Wouldn't that be insane? I would love that. I hope you're right. And I know some people were kind of wondering, like, hey, wait a minute. Is she trying to tell us something here? Maybe she is. Maybe she is. Maybe she is. I really like that. Eric, Dave, didn't Scoopy Pants say beforehand that Batfleck wasn't going to wear the suit in the Flash? And now he tweets like he wasn't just proven wrong. Humility, no humility, no cojones to admit, yeah, I goofed. Have some integrity, I know. And what's funny too? It's like, I don't even blame him for the information that he got, because I got information that who knows how much Ben's going to be in there. And I heard that Ben wasn't going to go over to the UK or to London to film. And now all of a sudden he's in Paris, which means he's probably going to be showing up pretty soon. And that was wrong. And I'll admit that. I'm like, yep, that part was wrong. But at the same time, I'm kind of going, I think things changed and they just kind of sweetened the deal a little bit, before they started shooting and realizing like what they were going to do with this movie. And they were like, we have to have you suit up, dude. And they gave him the right price for it. Michael, do you think with a big portion of the Snyderverse actors in the Flash movie that they may be trying to kill off the stigma, at least the general public, that these are not Snyder's characters anymore, especially with possibility changing the courses of them all in the Flash, that they are not Snyder's characters anymore? Well, I don't like the stigma. Are you talking about the stigma that they're not going to use? I don't really know the question too much here. Like I'm trying to, the stigma of what happened, or the stigma that people didn't really like Snyder, like some of people didn't like Snyder's characters. I don't know. Especially with possibly changing the course. I mean, they're definitely going to change the courses, but that was always supposed to be the case. No matter what, Snyder was going to tell his story, and that's all he was going to do. And the directors were going to tell their stories. We got to remember that. It wasn't like Snyder had a plan for every solo movie or anything like that. So, Claytalian, hey Dave, when do you think Will Smith will get a question about the Ayer Cut, and do you think he'd get involved to promote it? I hope so. Will Smith, if he goes on his Instagram, because his Instagram is like, it's huge, and he does like these crazy professional videos and everything. I mean, he took vlogging to a whole different level. If that guy says release the Ayer Cut, and then Jared Leto also does, I mean, there's no stopping it after that. No stopping it. So hopefully he does. Edward, what spinoff would you like to see James Gunn do next after Peacemaker? I don't know. What way? I don't know. I don't know what I would like to see him do. Maybe something with Harley Quinn. I could see him doing like, maybe a Harley Quinn Joker movie that was rumored a while ago. That should be rated R and batshit crazy. Maybe he could do something with that. What would Officer Dave do? What was that? Whoa, that's creepy. I'd probably do the same thing. Carrie, hey Dave, I got one to add to Friday's 80s Suicide Squad fan cast. Madeline Stowe as Poison Ivy. Madeline Stowe, oh man, remember she was like in everything in the 80s and 90s. She could totally have played a femme fatale back in the day. Gorgeous and a great actress. What do you think? And a young Antonio Banderas says El Diablo. I like that too. Yeah, no, I'm digging it. Totally forgot about Madeline Stowe. Let's see. Manifesting. What do you think of this casting? I mean, yeah. But, I just, I want to see him as Cyborg again. I mean, yeah, it'd be good, but, but we don't want to lose him to Marvel. We don't want to lose him to Marvel. But yeah, I mean, I would support it no matter what. I mean, if any of the actors went to Marvel, I'd be like, yeah, good on you. Don't look like Warner Brothers is going to do shit with you. John, man, the beef between Batista and Marvel is certainly something. I guess you could say once goes Zach, you ain't going back, right? I know. The set of Guardians of the Galaxy 3 is going to be awkward, I think. Let's see. What is this? And so I'll elaborate a little further. As it currently stands, Blonde is a sexually graphic depiction of Monroe. Netflix has absolutely horrified by the cut Dominic submitted to them, which included a rape scene and a bloody menstrual cunnilingus. Holy crap. They want a new version of the film. Dominic doesn't. The cut Netflix saw caught them completely off guard. They were under the impression that this was an Oscar player when, in fact, it was this vague, obtuse art house film. Not sure what they expect. Holy shit. Holy shit. So this is why? This is one of the reasons why that Blonde with Ana de Armas playing Marilyn Monroe is being delayed. According to industry insiders, Netflix was absolutely horrified by the sexually graphic final cut of Blonde submitted by director Andrew Dominic. They want a new version. Dominic doesn't, blah, blah, blah. Wow. Anybody else? I didn't know this. I remember hearing that it was delayed and I was looking forward to it, but holy shit. So here we go. Netflix is actually going, hey, man, you can't do that. Usually Netflix is like, do whatever you want. But man, Netflix is going, hold on. Bloody cunnilingus. Jesus Christ. Oh, I mean, that might be, that's taking it too far. A rape scene. I mean, yeah, that does. Yeah, you probably, I could see why they would be a little, okay. But at the same time, I'm just kind of going, well, if that was part of her story, then, which, let's face it, it definitely was. But at the same time, holy shit, man, that is crazy. That is crazy. Hey, Jose, you're back just in time to talk about Blonde being delayed. And now we're going to have a Dominic cut. Yeah, that's going to be interesting. But yeah, so this is apparently the reason why Blonde is. And I was wondering, when was this movie going to be coming out? And I feel sorry for Ana de Armas because she was apparently doing a lot of dialogue training and everything when it came to this. And, she looks like a young Marilyn Monroe for sure. They definitely captured the look on her. But man, that is crazy. I did not know this. Did not know that. And it's going to be interesting to see what happens when it comes to this movie and what they're going to do. They can't just they're just going to reshoot the whole freaking thing. It's going to be crazy. God. Anyways, not. This is is the whole bomb thing ever going to happen, or did it get dropped? Oh yeah, the bomb that's supposed to happen. Yeah, no, it hasn't yet. It hasn't. No, like I said, it's gonna. Who knows? I don't know when it's gonna happen, but something's gonna happen when it comes to another little bomb dropping kind of thing. And then Medio, yeah, you talked about Snyder Cut. Yeah, that's going to be, of course, in January. Yeah, there'll be another bomb. Still going to happen. Definitely going to happen. But it's just, who knows? I don't know when. I couldn't tell you when. I could not tell you when. But, it's just going to be something that's going to be like, of course. Because, Warner Brothers just, I don't know. They even though I'm kind of going like, all right, you're giving your directors free reins to do shit now. Cool. But at the same time, you guys are still show some respect for some of the past directors as well. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. All right, guys. Got to go ahead and wrap this up. What's going on, Andre? Yeah, you're so late. I'm just wrapping it up right now. But I will be doing a members only stream later. Not later, but right after this. So members that are watching, and if members that, if you want to join, hit the join button, become a member, of course, of the channel. Make sure you join, and then, yeah, you can be part of it. I'll, of course, drop it on your guys' feed, your YouTube feed. So make sure you guys are looking out for that. And you guys can pick my brain for a little bit, just like every Tuesday. So do that. Hit that like, thumbs up. Make sure you subscribed, and make sure you hit that notification bell so you know when I'm doing this stuff. Of course, I got the Patreon. I'm going to start doing something exclusively on Patreon too. Not sure when I'm going to do it, but I'm doing it. I actually dropped something today on Patreon to just show you little things that I'm working on, of course, that I like to do, like to give the patrons. So make sure you check that out. And then, of course, merchandise down below, all that stuff. Check out the shirts and everything. And yeah. We'll do all that. So, all right, guys. I'll see you members soon. And everybody else, I'll see you guys tomorrow at the same Junkee time, same Junkee channel. All right. Talk to you later.